You have a friend, and I have a friend. But what role do these friendships plays in our lives? In today's episode of the Elder Chat, we will discuss navigating friendship. And as usual, my name is Mariam Musa, and I am with
Neighbors will say,
yes. So as I said, you have a friend. I also have a friend, right? But do you have a bestie?
bestie, but I think I don't have a bestie. But then I have people when I need an advice or something from my friends, my peers. I would, but then I won't go as far as classifying them as my bestie. For bestie, I think I'll go with my mom.
Wow, that's nice. A lot of people claim their moms are their besties. But there is a different kind of relation that you often have with someone who is not related to you, but you regard like you really love them so much so that you can share a lot of your life to them. And so in such situation, you tend to have them or classify them as besties. So you don't have such.
No, yeah, I think it's not really ideal to be sharing everything with your friend, someone outside the family, and even someone inside the family. I wouldn't say it's advice. For me, I would recommend them as I would recommend your dad or your mom.
I understand your reservation. I understand because it's a whole lot. But then let's go straight into it. We are Muslims and Islam has not left anything behind. So, what role do you think friendship plays when it comes to forming companionship, and how does it apply to what Islam says about having companions, and how it applies to us ladies in particular?
So, Islam, as you said, has not left anything behind. And I know Islam has spoken a lot about friendship. And even the religion herself, even our community, our society, they've been talking a lot about friendship. For instance, now when you go to our society, like our communities have one in the rest, you might be a good person, but the person they see you with, you form friendship with that person. Because the person I quote is bad, they automatically see you to be bad. Because your friend's personality sometimes perceives you, it defines you. People actually know who you are when they get the time to talk to you. So sometimes the person they see you interacting with will actually let them draw everything they want to. They will actually let them know everything they want to know about you. So I think even Islam aside, we need to be conscious of the friends. And then I think with Islam has spoken a lot about friendship because in ayahs in surahs like Surah Al-Furqan and the Surah I think I've forgotten this one, where verses where the person will be shouting on the day of judgment saying if he wouldn't have taken such and such as
friends, yeah.
And then there's this popular house saying Abokin Barao, and then in English we will show me your friend and I'll show you my character. So yes, you might be good, but then from what I know from experience, I know peer pressure is actually there, especially when you are the one that's very good with that group of friends, and then this is working the back, progress to working the job. So assuming you are in a group of friends, unless God really loves you, and then you are hell bent of not going away from your friends, staying strict on what you want. By all means, I will change.
And this actually corroborates the saying of the prophet when he said, when you associate yourself with someone who sells very it's so easy for you to leave them while smelling very good. Likewise, if you associate yourself with a certain company, I've forgotten, because of the activity that they do, it's so easy for you to also attract that smell or scent from them. So that tells us how strong influence really plays. Like the people we associate ourselves with really shape a lot of things about us. Sometimes we think, oh, I know myself, and by the time you realize you fall deep.
That one.
Like sometimes to an extent that you even do things like they're more than you do. It happens.
So, even how they help shape our view on Islam, or how they help in terms of us being Muslim. When you befriend someone who prays, who goes to Makaranta, who recites the Quran, the more you, as the friendship develops, you automatically become like the person. So I would advise against forming friendship, but then form meaningful friendship. Friendship that will help you get closer to Allah. No ones that will let you stay away from Allah. Because in the end, we all want to be closer to Him, not far away from Him.
Yeah, it's very true. As for that, if we don't take care, it is your friend that is going to put you most times in trouble if care is not taken. So how do you think you can strike balance between loyalty and friendship and setting healthy boundaries?
So I think that one, you get friends that whose, I don't know, principles aligns with yours. You set clear boundaries. You make good friends and friends that respect you. When you do those things, you'll be able to align them. Because you have the same goals, you have the same principles, it's easy to become loyal. Like the loyalty is established. It's easy to establish that loyalty. And the boundaries, you set your boundaries by communicating clearly. You let the person know what you want, what you don't want, your no-go zones. The person should know and the person should respect it. Immediately you see the person is disrespecting your boundaries or moving across your boundaries, you should know that this is not a person to be friends with. You should know that you have to distance yourself from that person. And you should know that whilst in friendship, immediately things start going wrong in the friendship. You start gossiping, you start doing other things. And that friendship, it has to be
a question mark. And then also, Islam really encourages us to be loyal. So when you are with a friend, yes, you should be loyal to them, but you should not also tolerate anything. Sometimes we are too conversant with our friends that we tolerate anything. And the truth of the matter is, if you keep on tolerating anything that is in fact harming you, at the end of the day, it will harm the friendship, because the more you keep up emotions on you, one day you are just going to explode, and then things will just go wayward, and then all of you are
That's actually true, because just this final year, final semester, as I said earlier in our previous chat, I mentioned that we are three Muslim girls in class. Okay, so the three Muslim girls in class. In first year, we were in the same hall. But then second year, we all moved out. I remained on campus, but the rest were off campus. In third year, we were in the same room. And that's where things started to go back. And then in final year, first semester, they used to come to class together. Then all of a sudden, people stopped coming to class. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
One is saying she tried. She kept overlooking things. But then
it's true.
She got tired at some point. Up to now, they are still not talking. Can you imagine? They've been friends for 3 years and how? Just now, they are not talking.
It's true.
They see each other and they pass by. They see me with one. One will talk to me, one will not even mind, the other will pass by because I'm with one. You see that?
Something like that. And two of us, we were from the same place, so we related. It came to a time that they started having suspicions about that's okay. Outside we really had one things gradually. So I based on this here, they established boundaries about talking in the language that they understand. It's our thoughts. Oh, he just bring about an issue with men. So this is very important. I don't like claim is actually your bestie, but you start having issues with honestly.
That's actually true. I think
Yeah,
I would like to ask you,
okay, sure, go ahead.
in times of conflict, what Islamic principle should guide a Muslim woman in resolving issues with her friends?
You know, conflict is natural. It's happening. So we just give example about school. We also give an example. We have conflict, but the best way to resolve the conflict is actually to acknowledge that okay, we are humans and things happen, like friendships happen. You can't be having lovey-dovey moments with someone always. But the best way I think based on Islamic principle you can follow is avoid backbiting. Try to understand each other, talk to each other, respect each other, try to talk things out. And so by so doing, it's like you acknowledge my emotions, I acknowledge your emotions, and we are able to resolve our issues. But these days, we realize that the moment that there is conflict, especially because of social media, hey, someone will take camera, put the radio as a tripod on themselves, start insulting their friends. Like you would be so surprised to think, where's these two people, like those people who are sharing friendship and bestie goals to us? We find a lot of them around. So the best thing, don't backbite and then respect boundaries and communicate. Communication is very important. I don't know whether you have other things to also agree with.
With regards to backbiting, you should know that in fact, you should bear in mind that your backbiting partner, if you backbite about people with you, okay, the next day, that person will go and backbite about you with another person, and the cycle continues. So please, I think we should keep that in mind.
Yes, seek reconciliation. Islam says assume khair. So it's very important when you have conflict. Don't just, if you think you can't continue being friends with them, at least let them resolve that difference between you guys, and then you move on. That's it, right? And then we are talking about friendship. Sometimes friendship escalates to like sisterhood and stuff, community where you are together and doing things together. So how important do you think having maybe a sisterhood or a circle of friends like you are able to share things with is to our well-being in general?
I think that one is actually the important. It helps you go through it, but sometimes, in as much as I share everything with my parents, my friends, sometimes some things are there. It's very, very hard for you to share with your parents. So the next option is to look at someone you trust, maybe someone outside your family. Because if you share it with someone even from the family, the notion is that it might reach your mother.
Yeah,
which you don't want to. So you can share with people outside the family. And here is where the sisterhood is of important. Because this sisterhood, they provide support and everything you need. So it makes it easy. Sometimes you're going through something, it's really difficult. I remember that I think all of us have been through such things, such moments, where you badly needed to speak to someone and your parents were not an option there.
Yeah.
So the next one is to go to someone else. And even when you're going to someone, as I said, that's where the sisterhood is important. Because in that sisterhood, it was built on the Islamic principle. That sisterhood will do things that will actually help promote the religion, help you establish yourself as a Muslim. So in those groups, even when you share your problems, they will help you overcome the problem, but they will help you in a way that will actually actually goes in accordance with the religion. That's the goal. At the end of the day, that's all we want. Everything has been in accordance with the religion.
Yes, a safe space is very important. And because of this, let me quickly address this popular saying that, a woman's head is her greatest enemy. It's never true. If you've not been around people who are genuinely supportive, who want to see you grow, who are after your betterment, you always think that, a woman's biggest enemy is is another woman. But it's actually not true when you find yourself in super supportive community. Trust me, the growth is unprecedented. Yeah, it's very true. And then I don't know if you have a different opinion.
So, how should a Muslim handle friendship with non-Muslim?
Oh, I don't know. Have you been there before? I've had a very strong bond with Muslims before. You would not even imagine. In fact, when I was growing up, I grew up in a Christian dominated community. So most of my friends were Christians. And as of that time, I didn't even understand anything about religion, so to speak. But we respected each other, and I don't know, it's always good, yes, of course, to have someone you share the same belief with so that you are able to express some things that are religiously inclined. But even some of these friends that we make who are not Muslims, Christians and others, like they are in one way or the other also very supportive. And you know, Islam does not discourage us from forming friends. You would sometimes, our scholars even tells us that it's even way better to treat someone who is not a Muslim with the utmost kindness, like when you are friends with them like this. So that by so doing, they would pick something from you. And even your character, your manners can become a way of calling them or pulling them to Islam, right? So for me, it's actually not bad. I've had friends, closer friends who were Christians before, even though now life has proven we are not that in touch, but they have played also significant role for me, honestly. I don't know if
The same with my classmates, the ones that really help me, the ones that even if it's unknown, whenever you call them, they need to understand something that was taught in class, no matter the time. Males and the females to do with
okay, yeah.
even now that we've completed and we are imagine yesterday I was doing something and I sent it to a person to actually help and he said okay. So they are good.
Yes,
I will
they
go
are.
as far as saying sometimes they are even better than our Muslim friends.
Sometimes
they are even better than
because
our Muslim friends.
you have colleagues back in school, you've all competed, and then you find out that some of our Muslim sisters, they are like autonomous. Now it's like they've leveled up. They don't want to associate themselves with you. Whereas you find some of these people who are Christians, and like the way they show affection towards, like they are happy to see you and associate with you. Sometimes I wonder why some of us we do that. We can do better. Yes, we can associate with them because our manners and our behavior can be dawah to them to call them to Islam. But in as much as possible, we should also, as Muslims, be approachable and then form like meaningful friendships. Exactly. So yes, let's also look at friendship that is often formed online. You know now because of friendship of online, you are there and someone will just text you, I want to be your friend. I don't know whether you encountered that before. I've had a situation where someone just came to my dream, I want to be your friend. And I don't even remember us conversing or anything. It was just, I assumed her motive was just to save my contact so that I will become part of the status viewers at the end. I don't know whether you have
Most of them, it's because most of them they sell goods.
yes.
And most of them, I think, because of the things they sell.
Yes.
So you might be in a common group. They just search for you, take your contact, and then they'll text you. Hi, please, how are you doing? I'm listed. I sell this thing, and I want you to join my group. Yes. Or I want you to save my contact so you can make my status.
And even some would not even ask about how you are doing or well. They'll just text you and be like, let's be status viewers. Hey, can you have that the audacity?
One texted me last week. She just said, hi, how are you doing? She's this.
Yes.
Me, and then I said, I'm this. And she was like, honey, I say, my contact is saved. So she saves mine. And I
Yes.
said, hope I've saved it. And I said, yes. Then yesterday I was there and she tested me. Sorry, I've not been active. And I was wondering why.
I don't know, some of them they see themselves as celebrities. Some time back to I was speaking I was coming across people status where they will post other status. Presumably, these people forwarded their message to them that, oh, I want status viewers, so add up. Like, what is that? So, talking about this, do you think it's possible, first of all, to form sincere friendship online?
Yes, yes.
And how would you really try to filter through the bad ones and the good ones?
So the truth is nowadays, because of this, everything has become easy. So on WhatsApp, you see these Islamic channels now with WhatsApp's channel list. So you see a lot of channels where you will be able to join the channel. Sometimes your friends will post the channels online. You view their status and then you join. You see this one. Wherever you learn something new about the religion, you again blessing. The person is really blessing. And then sometimes now a lot of groups are on WhatsApp. And these groups are mostly Islamic based groups. I've actually joined a group where initially I think it was Sira of the Prophet or something. But then now every Saturday you do like it's sort of an online class, but not really an online class. Just that we do recordings of like Azmin and Aisha, the recordings of her whole life, like Sira of Aisha. You see this kind of things when you enjoy, you learn about them. So you better yourself as the rest. So I think those, if you are training, if you want to use the online space to make yourself a better person as a Muslim, I think it's better you join the religious oriented groups, not the other groups.
It will better help you even to know the kind of people you can associate with online, because it's not just any kind of the person you should be allowing to come into your Zoom or your friend circle. I think due to time we should be wrapping up, but I want to quickly ask this. Do you think friendship can serve as a source of accountability and spiritual growth, and even get to a point that it can help you make it to Jannah?
Yes, because there are some friends when they are going to Makranta, they will call you inside. When you go to Makranta, if you see the person will force you to go to Makranta, the person will go to an extent of coming to your house to drive you. My younger sister, her friends, when they go to Makranta, they run away and go and spend their money. So she does what she does. You see,
yes.
So I mean, show me your friend, show me your character. If the friend goes to Makranta, the friend will influence you, positively influence you to also go to Makranta. If the person learns the Quran, the person will by all means influence you positively to also learn the Quran. So I think friends actually play a strong role sometimes in us going to Jannah, because I mean, with our parents, sometimes it will come to an end, but then some friendship we can last for longer. So
yes, and then let me quickly, this just came to mind, so let's quickly address it. Do you think it's possible to have or form friendship between two opposite sex, like a male and female becoming friends? You don't believe in that?
It's possible, but then sometimes it's possible, but one way or the other, it's either one will develop feelings or the other.
So my mom always says that there is no friendship between a man and a woman. There can never be, and there has never been. Even if one is very good at hiding their feelings or their emotions, certainly one will develop something that you might not, the other will not have thought. So to me, the best thing is to set strict boundaries when it comes to, engaging with the opposite sex when it comes to friendship, because honestly, it's very difficult. Sometimes I see some funny stories online where, like, a bestie, you find out that a woman has a male bestie. Like, how is that possible? Meanwhile, she's married, or maybe she's even engaged to
recipe for divorce.
Exactly, you see. So having a male bestie, even to the sense of bestie, I don't really encourage it. There can be formal some communication, But to cross the lane, I don't think it's advisable. So at this point, we bring our discussion to an end. I don't know whether you have something to add to us when it comes to friendship.
I will tell you to make friends, but then make meaningful friends. Friends that will help you in your relationship. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. And I would also reiterate that you should indeed make good friends, because let's remember there is a prophetic saying that when you are in Jannah and when your friends or your companions in general ask of you and you are not there, it's likely a way that Allah will also admit you into Jannah. So that re-emphasizes why it's necessary to get these kind of people in our circle. So let's do better. We can make meaningful connection, which is going to help us even in our mental health, inshallah. So with this, we bring to our discussion to an end. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and then subscribe to our YouTube channel. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bye.